Yeah, we here on the convo, lessons to legacy, my lessons to legacy on this conversation.
Sir.
Hey man, I want to do a round of applause for everybody tuning in. Um, like, comment, subscribe, share, do what you do. Bad comment, it don't matter. Like I accept it all. I understand. So, but I'm just glad you're tuning in. So one time for you, time for y'all. It's always gonna be a lesson to my legacy. And man, this is a good one right here, man. Guy who I grew up with, like he younger than me, but you don't understand. He was definitely on the block with me.
Yeah.
At an early age, he he been through something that a lot of like man, like he been through it. He been through it. He bounced back. He but to describe him, man, like far as the guy who I know, he was that young boy who used to put the radios in our car.
True.
Who I'm talking about. Everybody wanted him. Everybody wanted to have him on your team because they already knew whatever you give him, it was gonna be gone. They already knew. You didn't even see him. Like I never ever seen this young boy make a sale when he was young. I used to be like, how did he even? But all that didn't matter. I knew I wanted him on my team. But it's so crazy because he was that young boy that didn't even want you to front him. He wanted to actually pay for whatever it was. Like that's, I mean, like I don't even know if the ones who was trying to get him on their team even knew that. You know what I mean? But he got me my first rims. You know, to my car. Man, he was always like bright and smart. You know what I mean? In school, like. I mean, I heard his schoolwork was like crazy. Man, he was a man of all trades, man. I want to welcome, man, Ahmad.
True. What up? What up? Yes, sir.
But tell the people, man. Hey, what's your name, man? And
All right,
where you from?
My name Ahmad Smith. On social media it's Kirk Swade. I don't know where I got the name Kirk Swade from. It just Kirk Swade. That's just what it is. On all my social sites. Man,
One time for Kirk Swade. One time for
Kirk
Kirk
Swade,
Swade,
man. Yeah, man. I'm from Bayside Arms, born and raised. You know.
And you from the old Bayside Arms.
Yeah, man. Williams Village.
Village.
Like
Richard Road, Shady Rest, and all that.
Rest, all that, man. You know. So I come up under all the OGs, man. You know what I mean? And yeah.
So
Virginia Beach, Bayside.
So, man, all day. And but before I get into you where you are now in life and how you become to where you are now, I'm gonna take you back a little bit. I remember you running around the neighborhood and you used to come through with your car basing. I'm talking about ramming. I'd be like, man, like where's he getting these cars from? Did you used to steal cars?
Well, believe it or not, my first car was a Chevette. The engine locked up on me like a week. Then my second car was another Chevette.
You stole them or you
No,
bought them?
they were purchased.
They were purchased.
And
how old was you?
14, 13.
So what? You didn't buy it?
No, I did buy it.
In your name?
Yeah, I actually, believe it or not, back then DMV was different. Literally would go to DMV, I don't know how, with the title and get the car put in my name.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you remember how I looked? I
remember you used to
bald
have 'em.
faced, skinny, little teeny. I didn't look even old enough to have
You had the
permit.
dreads?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. So that was your first car.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And but you never stole no cars and
We used to steal plenty cars.
Okay, so you started and used to steal cars.
Yeah, so we had cars that we would have parked around North Ridge.
I remember that. So that's why I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Because I remember y'all had all kind of cars.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, where he getting these cars from?
Right.
So y'all used to actually steal them.
Yeah, man. Man, we had one time we probably had like 15 stolen cars out the way. Everything from J30s to Honda Accords to you name it, we had them.
So y'all just had them just to joyride in?
Yeah. Just to let's drive the J30 today. Let's drive the Act Coupe today. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Every now and then, look into that.
For sure.
Done over there.
For sure.
What was wrong? Because I be on it because I know it. Like I mean, hey, listen, I'm working now, baby. I'm working now, baby. Like you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So you used to steal these cars, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember y'all used to be flying past in the hood and stuff, and I used to be like, man, where's he getting all these cars from?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, when you was doing that, when did you have time to hustle? Because I remember you hustling, or was you not hustling at that time?
Oh no, we were hustling. I think we started real early, man. Like, I don't know, getting like 2 for 20s. Probably like 11, 12 years old.
Like, it's crazy because you started just like me,
Yeah.
but younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm like 13, 14,
Mm-hmm.
and you like 11 and 12.
Yeah.
So you stealing cars and you hustling. So like I said in the beginning, you used to I could never keep you consistently. And it's bad, man. We was so bad role models, man, but that's all that we knew. You know what I mean?
True.
And we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't keep you consistently on my team, or you keep coming back. It was like, and I couldn't front you nothing because I wanted to give you all my work.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to give you everything, but you wouldn't take it. You was always there want to be like, no, I just want to pay for it, or man, I just want that. I used to be like, well, I just give you a little extra. You be like, nah, and you gone. And I never used to even see you on the corner. This, explain to me where you get that mind frame from to not want to take a front to, to this, how you used to think, especially at an early age, to even be doing everything you're doing.
Man, just being around, being real observant and seeing, older dudes. I ain't trying to say names, but you remember the pool hall back in the day, right? Picasso's.
Mm-hmm.
The pool hall right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching them. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes and how they was doing back then, and it was like, I like how they doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then, when y'all was coming up, seeing y'all, you know what I mean?
But because you was always like, I mean, I came on late when it came to this, but you was on early age when it came to dealing with what the young guys say now with the ops. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With what Lake Air was and all that.
Yeah.
You was affiliated with so much with that too. Mm-hmm. So you ain't never really get into at the age of fighting the Lake Air boys and all that, or did you have a stunt with that?
Yeah.
You had a stunt with that too?
Back then they used to spray paint your name on the wall, and that would mean like
no.
Yeah.
What you mean? Spray paint? What you mean?
If they used to spray paint your name on the wall, like we at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? My name was all through Lake Edwards and Webland. And,
what?
Yeah.
They used to spray paint your name on the wall, bro.
Yeah, no. It was almost like, you spray paint somebody joint like rest in peace type joint. It was almost like saying that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And wow. I caught a case. Not to jump too far ahead, but I caught a case in 93. And that's how I beat the case. Essentially, that's how I beat the case, where my lawyer, I was telling him, I was like, man, they got my name written all up on walls everywhere out there, this and that. They'll do anything to try to say I did anything to get rid of me. You know what I'm saying? So he went through there and took pictures of all this stuff, and that was some of the evidence that he presented, saying that they just hate my they hate him that much that they will actually come on the stand and lie and say that he did X and Y. And that's how I beat the case.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. One of several cases. Yeah.
All right. So now, why you never wanted me to front you nothing?
I don't know, cuz it was just knowing that you got somebody in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I know you wouldn't never care like, cuz I need that bread. But it's like, I can hustle. I can handle it myself.
You want your own.
I want my own. You know what I'm saying? And I can get rid of how I want to get rid of it and make it how I want to make it, and I ain't got to worry about, nobody down behind me.
Okay, but so it was times I used to be riding, right? And I was just riding, and I ended up getting an act. And that's when the Acras was in. Yeah, the people had the 2-door, people had the 4-door, and I got the 4-door, green jump, and I used to ride past, chilling this and that, and I stopped one time. He stopped me, and he had rims on all this stuff. So he looked at me and he said, "Hey, yo, cuzzo," he said, shoot, he said, "Big cuz, you need to put some rims on that thing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I am, man, but how I was, I'm not just gonna spend my money. I'm gonna make it." And and he was like, "I got you." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Man, I seen these ones, such and such, such and such and such." He said, "Just ride past there and let me know what you think."
Yeah.
And we can go ahead and get them. And I said, He was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "All right," but I didn't think too much of it. So boom, I go past wherever it was, and I look at the car that it was on, and it was actually on an act.
Yeah, a white act, yeah.
And it had the symbol. It actually had the Acura symbol on the rim. So I go past there and I look at it. I was like, "Oh man, I got to get that. Goodness gracious, need them." So I hit him. I go hit him. I said, "Yo, cuz." I go back around the way. I said, "Yo, I need them." And I said, "But what you mean by we?" He said, "Cuz, man," he said, "I would tell you, man." He said, "If I go get them and all that, I'm gonna have to charge you such and such and such."
Oh.
He said, "But if you go with me, Merrill," he said, "I ain't gonna charge you nothing." He said, "Cause you coming to put the work in, but I'm gonna go with you. I'm just gonna need your help in the whole nine." He said, "Because I'm not, because how I go do it anyway, I ain't gonna go by myself and just do it. You know what I mean? So if you want it, you're gonna come put the work in, and they're yours." I was like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "All right, but I'm gonna give you something though." You know what I mean? He was like, "All right, bet." That nigga got me on the mission. Me and this dude went on a mission together. Went on the mission, man, and bro, it's so crazy. It's like I blinked out. I don't even remember. I just remember this helping me, and you jack the car so fast and you move so fast. You're like, "Cuz, come on, man." Like, I'm going slow. You like, "Yo, come on." Like, we ain't got time. You ain't got time to be looking around.
No.
You ain't got time to be doing none of that.
It was like NASCAR, man.
Yeah.
Once the car come into the pit, you know what I mean? You got to hit that zone. Let's go.
I couldn't believe how fast, bro. I stole some rims, bro. You don't understand how fast it was. I had them rims, man. I went straight the next morning. I couldn't wait. No, I don't know if I found. I probably found Uncle Keith, and Keith probably put this on something or something, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I know it needed tires. I think you needed two front tires. Yeah,
2 front tires. But I went and traded. I got the low profile jump. I had a clothing store at the time, and I went and did some business cards. And it had the picture of me in the act. You know what I mean? Sitting on the rims and everything. Yeah, it was like some man, it was like us jacking somebody at the what's the movie when they pull up in the drive-thru and see the joke?
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, but we, it just want nobody in it. You know what I'm saying? But man, that was crazy, bro.
I remember when I first seen the business card. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, yeah, cuz got that zone right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But moving forward though, man, it was so like it was like me and you always knew each other, had dealings and all that. You was from, you from there. You from around the way.
True.
You from Bayside Arms,
True
the
indeed.
original. Everything what you seen, and you learned. Everything I basically went through, no lie, you went through it. You know what I mean? Like we've been through the same things, bro. You know, just differently. But I want to say this right here. It's like we knew each other, but at the same time, you were still off doing your thing.
True.
You know what I mean? So personally, like I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? You've been around times and the whole night, but you was still one of the ones always doing your own thing. It was like you was just before your time. You know what I mean? And it was a time period in my life when, I was robbing, doing all that before I started making the money. And so like I said, you started going through that same thing. But before I get into what landed you in prison and getting you all that time, take you back to you was hustling, you was stealing the cars, where did the robbing come in for you? What made you even think about saying, "Yo, I'm this hustler," or was that even before? Like, really explain that to me because I know why I did it, and I know I wasn't built for it. But for you, what made you say, "Man, like I don't want to hustle no more for it. I ain't gonna do this," because, like I described earlier, you was your own man, and you wanted to hustle for yours in the whole nine.
True.
What made you want to actually go and take something?
Truthfully, cause all of that was a part of the street. It was a part of the game. The stealing of the cars, it was all about money. Cause dudes would come to me and place orders. They wanted a whole system and rims for their car. This how much I'm charging. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get it. Here you go. Where my money at? You know what I mean? Same thing applies with the being in the streets, hustling, whatever, doing what I'm doing, grinding. You see what I'm saying? And then the robbery, all that came into play the same way. It was just like, okay, you know, money a little funny right now. I know an easy way to get some money to play with. So, like literally trick money, you know what I'm saying? I know an easy way to get it, make a few calls and get pointed in a specific direction. And what we called in a quick lick, you know what I mean? $4,000, $5,000 just to do nothing with. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a specific time, so to speak. It was all a part of the game. Cause it came times when shit got real crazy out the way. You know what I'm saying? Shit got real crazy, just the 757 period. And, it was just a lot easier at that time just to go take it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, again, you get a call and such say, I know it's there. I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
so that being said though, first off, how much time did you do in prison?
25 years.
You did 25 years straight?
25 straight.
And how old was you when you went?
I had just turned 18.
Just turned 18?
Just turned 18. I was a few months into turning 18. Yeah. I actually caught a gun charge down the beach. We wasn't on the beach with the guns. We were on the beach with the guns, but I didn't get caught with them on the gun. I actually got caught on the interstate, like by Laskin Road or London, not far from here, matter of fact, on the interstate. And I got caught with a bunch of guns in the car. And this was, like I said, right after my 18th birthday. So it was all misdemeanor charges. And I bonded out from that joint and went to court for it, and they found me guilty. Gave me 24 months for all the guns. I appealed it. That same day, they had locked me up for a few hours. When I appealed it, they let me out on appeal bond. You know what I'm saying? And a few months after that, that's when I caught the murder charge. And I'm just like, had I stayed in jail for the 24 months, I probably wouldn't have caught the murder charge.
But before we get there,
yeah.
Before we get there though, because I want to get there.
For sure.
So you caught the 24 months.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so after you caught the 24 months and you got the gun charge, right? So as you going through that right there, now money funny, money tight. It's really messed up now because...
Lawyer, bond, all that stuff,
All that stuff.
Yeah.
So you got the 24 months?
Yeah, I got the 24 months, but again, I appealed it.
But you appealed it?
Yeah.
So you out?
I'm out waiting until they set another date to go back for the appeal hearing.
Got you.
Right.
Got you. So, all right, so now...
And back then, I don't know about now. I don't want to know about now, but back then, like you get caught with guns like that. I wasn't a felon as an adult because I had just turned 18. You see what I'm saying? So that was my first ever charge as an adult. It was all green sheets. Again, I don't know if they do sheets at the time. Green sheets, yellow sheets. Yellow or green, I can't remember. Whichever one was misdemeanor, all of the gun charges were misdemeanor charges. Now, had I been a felon and caught them joints, I wouldn't have had a chance to appeal it and get out on appeal bond. But being that those all misdemeanor charges, that's how I got out on bond for them gun charges. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Why did you have all the guns?
Again, it was a part of the life. And if I can tell a story real quick.
Yeah, good.
That particular night, I can't remember what was going on down the beach. It might have been college weekend or something. But me and a couple of my homeboys, we go down the beach. You know, I had a couple cars at the time, so we take the old school out there and, you know, got our jewelry and stuff on. And I said, man, we gonna keep all the guns in the crib tonight. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna bring no guns out. So everybody was all right. Ain't nobody gonna be down there on no bull crap. All the time when I got the guns, nothing ever take place. This particular night, we walking past a group of guys. I'm assuming they were out of towners. I don't know. It was just us three, and they was like 9, 10 deep. So we walking past them. I just see a hand come out of the crowd, try to snatch my homeboy chain, but it wasn't like a little bullshit chain. It was a real chain. So when he tried to snatch it, he damn near yanked cuz neck off because it didn't pop. You know what I'm saying? So he snatched it, and I'm so used to. I was a small guy. I'm so used to, you know. I'm like, damn, I ain't even got my gun on me. It probably was a good thing that I didn't, because I probably would have laid the whole damn crowd down. But at that time, it was like, damn. So he tried to snatch it, and we backed up. And, you know, we square off, ready to fight all them niggas. But one of the dudes in the crowd with them was like, man, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't taking nobody's chain. You know, we gonna fight for these. You know what I'm saying? Especially you ain't got no gun on you. No, it's not going to happen. So we leave, and I stayed out Malibu Palms at the time. And so I said, come on, let's go to the crib. Go to the crib, a 5-minute, 8-minute ride up the road, and come back. And we just had a lot of guns on us. And I said, if I see them, I don't care. I cruise up and down the strip maybe 6 times. You know, back then you couldn't ride up and down, but twice. Yeah. Nah, I didn't care. I said, they just had to give me as many tickets, because if I see them, I'm going to air this bitch out. And that was the mentality then, you know what I mean? Leaving, never seen them, leaving, and mind you, we were drinking Mad Dog 2020 as well. So that's not a good combination. You know what I mean? Anger and Mad Dog 2020, no.
How old was you? Was it 17?
Yeah, no, I had just turned 18. Yeah. And leaving the strip on the interstate, get pulled over, not far from here, and yeah, I see him come out the cut. He was in the cut, and it was dark then. He come out the cut, and I'm doing like 90. And man, he get behind me, cut the lights on, ask for my license registration. I give it to him. He come back to the car. No, he don't come back to the car immediately, because I know everything's straight on it. 2 other cars pull up. And right then I said, we done. I don't know why, you know. Make a long story short, he said he had got a call. My car fit the description of a car that he got a call for a week prior that was involved in a drive-by shooting out Lake Ellis. Yeah. So that was his reason for pulling me on top of me speeding. You know what I'm saying? And he searched the car and found all the guns, and yeah.
Anybody think to take off?
I was. Oh, you talking about jump out the car and run?
Yeah.
That was. I won't say his name. He was in the back seat, and I'm telling him. But as he coming out of the cut behind me with the lights on, I speed up, and I'm like, "Yo, reach under the seat, grab the guns, and just start tossing them bitches out the window." Yeah. It's a box Chevy. Cuz saying, I can't reach him. This seat ain't that goddamn deep, and your arms ain't that short, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
So crazy.
Yeah, so then I'm just like, well, fuck it. They can't search the car, but I didn't know what he had at the time.
So everybody went down? Yeah.
No, just me and the person in the front seat. The dude in the back seat, they took him home.
How many guns was
it? 4, 6, 4.
Well, they can't do that. Oh, well, no, man. I don't know what you did that. But anyway, next. So as you're going through all this, I can imagine what's going through your head. You know what I mean? So now you really need money or whatever. Now, how much longer before the situation that you end up getting in for your murder charge, right? From that situation
with the guns.
to the situation with the murder charge, right before we get into the story,
Mm-hmm.
how much time was it
Before I caught the case, the murder case?
Yeah, before you caught the murder case.
About what, 90 days?
About 90 days.
Yeah.
All right, so in 90 days, you sitting back thinking in the whole nine. And then what? Somebody could come to you with a lick, like I
Oh
said.
no. After I bonded out, where they let me out on appeal bond. It wasn't, I didn't have to pay no more money to bond out because I was already out on bond for the gun charge anyway. They just let me stay out until they set another date for the trial, for the retrial. I mean, immediately, I would say in less than 72 hours, I was putting out calls myself like, I need some bread. Holler at me. So yeah, and I was being pointed in certain directions. So
you get pointed in this certain direction, right? You know, and like I said, everything that we talking about, like I said, what this man did a lot of time. He served a lot of time. So everything that we talking about, he can't get in trouble for it no more. He did his time for it. We ain't here to expose nobody to talk about, what a certain person didn't do. We know he did his time. You know what I'm saying? And so we only talking about that. And
let me add to that. And it's not a glorification either. It's not a glorification of that what was done. It's more of a reminder as to where I don't want to go ever again, because it's a dark place. You got to be in a very dark place to mentally think every day, regardless of anything. I'm even if I got to take it from somebody that, you have to be in a dark place to do that. Nobody who thinks logically or in a honest way is just saying, regardless of anything, I'm going to take something from somebody. So,
and that's why I always ask the person and stuff, what kind of space you was in, what was going on during the time and all that, because I wanted to know, because I know for me, I can tell you why I did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it was dark.
Because, going back to mental health, you know what I mean? Because that's what like, if you even think you come here to even watch what I'm doing and thinking that we glorifying it, you might well, you're at the wrong place. Because, listen, there's a lot of pain for this.
True indeed.
You know what I mean? It was so much pain for this.
Indeed.
We just showing y'all where we came from and the stuff that we actually did. You know what I mean?
True.
And you're going to land just like one of us. You know what I'm saying?
True.
25 years, this and that, or might not make it at all.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But back to the topic of what we're saying, though. Like your mind frame, so we already see where your mind frame was. You was already like that age, you don't know what's what. You ain't got no guidance of, because all your OGs and people that you looking up to is us. You seeing what we doing. Like, just like I said, my addiction was always wanting to be better than the next person.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted this money. I wanted to have more money than you. I wanted to do this. So I understand where you came from. The people, looking, they can understand, to ones who are in the street or the people who haven't even been in the street, understanding, okay, what your mind frame is and the whole nine. So you get pointed in this direction, right? Now, you normally like to do stuff by yourself in the whole nine. But now it's seeming like with you doing all these, robberies and stuff like that, you got little teams and stuff with you now. You ain't doing stuff by yourself. So you get pointed in this direction, and it's actually out the neighborhoods where we all from, right? What made you, or even with being pointed in that direction, what was it that like triggered to make you say, okay, I'm going to do this, I got to go this, and it's right there down the street from right there where you from? Like,
okay, see,
but like really explain how did it all come to fruition of to even
that was
planning and stuff.
That was a lead up to that, far as that led up to the case. Like I said, after getting out, I pulled a few licks, a couple by myself, and got the money that I felt that I needed. And I was copping from a dude at the time. And, it was just like, a light go off in my head. Why? I don't know. Because I actually did not need that lick. I was good far as what the money I was spending and what I was copping. And I felt like I could have managed everything. But it's, when you're in the streets, greed. So that 90 days, I'm hustling, I'm grinding, I'm doing all that I'm doing. And then, like I said, I started dealing with a dude, copping from a dude, and I was getting guns from him and work. And this particular day, I meet him where we always met at, and
This is the dude who stayed down.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And it was just like, man, I don't know
Because
how
we
much.
was hearing that it was a dude. It was the dude that because we heard that's our hood.
Mm-hmm.
So we was hearing that it was a guy down there who was making money, and he was making money for a certain. We was making money for a certain individual who was out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew that it was. We figured that it was that guy's house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a known kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Out our way.
Right.
I think he was originally from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, answer that.
And yeah, and you're accurate with that.
Yeah. So we figured that we knew that it was some money in there. But we come with that, we figuring that he got money in the crib, but niggas making money and all that, so we ain't figuring to go and try him and all that.
Yeah.
So now, but we're not knowing that nobody even dealing with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you actually dealing with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
And and it was more of a stash house for him. It won't even he would meet dudes there, and I guess he was under the assumption being the neighborhood. I don't know how he didn't know what the neighborhood was at the time, but it's like you can't know where you are. You know what I'm saying?
So you think he knew where he was?
He probably knew where he was, but it's like
it's crazy having a stash house out the red.
Right.
You know how you got stash house out the red?
Yeah. So it was like,
and he let you know it was a stash house.
I mean, not necessarily a stash house, but he didn't stay there.
Yeah.
And I know that the person that lived there, he won't. I don't think bro was out there like that.
It was dude stash spot.
Yeah.
And he had the dude staying
in there. Yeah.
Just sitting with the money.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever it is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Got you.
So this particular time when I go to get some guns from him.
Oh, so you weren't dealing with the dude who just at the stash spot. You was dealing with dude.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So hold on real quick. Because dude had went to the feds.
I know this.
So he went to the feds after all this?
He got during the trial for the murder.
Uh-huh.
I don't mean to jump ahead.
No,
we can backtrack,
okay.
But during the trial for the murder, he was a
I got you. Hold on. So we going back. Okay, so now it's coming because I'm like, hold on. Ain't there fit?
Yeah.
Boom. So let's go back. All right. So dude is there, stash spot. He in the crib, holding it down. You dealing with dude. So when you deal with dude to meet you there.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. So now you sitting back and you formulating this plan or whatever to say, man, that's a stash spot. I know it's a stash spot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in there and go get that.
For sure. Because I said I can. He just had, man, probably about 8-10 bricks on the table. And he was like, man, go on, get you one. And I was like, if I can't pay for it straight up, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I just come to get what I normally come and get, which was the guns. Brand new out the box. So I paid him what I normally would pay him for that many guns, and I went on about my business. But it always lingered in the back of my head because as I left and threw the guns and I'm walking down the street with a book bag full of fucking guns to my mom's house. You know what I'm saying? And I remember throwing them in the trunk of the car, and instead of me going out down Richard Road, I come back the other way to make the left and go out on Virginia Beach Boulevard. And like as I'm coming down, he's coming out behind me. So I'm like, I know he ain't just leaving out of here with all that work in the trunk of his car. You know what I'm saying? It was just he and I in that house. So I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. Yeah. So I kept that as like a ace in the hole. If I ever need some more bread, I know where to go.
Okay,
so
you already had the layout and things of that nature. So instead of going and do it by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say, I'm gonna go ahead and call up some people to go in with. I'm gonna go ahead and take the team up with me.
No, it was spur of the moment. I actually ran across them the night it happened. Like I was supposed to go and meet this young lady, and I don't know what happened, and I veered off from actually going to her crib to go somewhere else, and I ran across them, and we stopped and talked, and and then everybody was like, "What's the deal?" I don't even know how the conversation came up, and then I was just like, "Yeah, I know where we can get something quick, easy, nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be there. We in and out."
Okay, so we ain't, like I say, we ain't gonna say no names of
Right.
codependent and all that stuff like that. But tell me, but how many guys was it?
It was 5, including me. 4 other guys and me.
So 4 other guys and you.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. So, all right. So now, so you basically, so was it a plan to say, okay, we got XYZ, or y'all already like, man, we just going in there and just go ahead and hit the jump, and that's it.
Well, and they said it in court. Basically that I was the orchestrator of the whole thing, which
okay, so
I
they said in
was.
court you was the mastermind.
Yeah. And
okay.
Which I
ain't
was.
want to say that, but okay, so you was the mastermind on the whole thing.
Yeah, and I just laid it out. Look, this is what we gonna do. This how it's gonna be. That's that.
So was it a thing of when we go in here, we gonna split everything 5 ways, or I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that?
Whatever it was, everything was gonna be split equal.
5 ways.
But yeah.
Because you already figuring it's 10 or better.
Yeah. Or whatever it was.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I used to get guns as well. So, but I didn't know how many other guns that he had in the house. So I'm just assuming that maybe he got a whole room full of guns as well. I don't know, because I never went upstairs.
So was it said in court, y'all? How did y'all breach it? Y'all kick the door in? Y'all knock?
Nah. Breaking in cars, you learn techniques. So, the white part of a spark plug. Yeah, the porcelain.
Glass.
Yeah, I put tape on the glass and hit it. The whole thing cracked, but it didn't fall in, so it didn't make a sound. And just tapped out where the stick in the door was. Mm-hmm. Pulled the stick out and slid the door open.
So ain't no alarm or nothing.
Nothing.
So y'all just all creeped all in there.
Yeah.
And didn't nobody have no plan to say, okay, I'm gonna hit bedroom,
Well,
or it was like free for all?
Truthfully, I was gonna do everything. I just said, I just needed 2 guns over my shoulder or behind me or whatever, just in case. You know what I'm saying? But I do everything because it was my plan. You know what I'm saying? But of course, when there are so many minds with one plan, it's just bound to veer from the plan, and that's what happened.
So was the plan? So was the plan when you went in there? Was the plan for y'all to kill him?
No, never that. That was the first time ever in any lick that I ever was involved with that a gun even went off. It had no, it didn't even have to go that way, because there was no need for a gun to be fired point blank. Because
so before we get in, before we get in that, so the guy, he's downstairs or he upstairs?
Upstairs.
So he upstairs in the bedroom sleep.
Mm-hmm.
What time was this? God, I feel like I'm interrogating.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, bro. Listen. Real spill though. Real spill, because it's real life shit, bro. This ain't no game. This ain't no fucking movie. It's real life shit, and it's cost me 25 years of my life. All of this led up to this one moment.
It's one moment.
All of this led up to one moment that changed me and 4 other guys' lives for the rest of our life.
That could have turned around and went the other way.
It could have went the other way.
But everybody
had every option to go the other way.
But everybody know that, we want to go in and get
this bread.
And get this bread.
Right, because the greed.
Yeah. So this guy's upstairs. Mm-hmm. So you the first one going up the steps.
No. I'm the first one in the house. Yeah, and then and it was into the kitchen. And then the stairway came down beside the kitchen. So coming in the house, and then you got to make an immediate left to go up the stairway. but there's a kitchen table right at the bottom of that stairs. You know, it's like a little foyer area type of thing. It was like no soon as I stepped in and bent that corner, I was greeted by an individual. Yeah.
So he was out the room.
Yeah. He was coming down the stairs. And to this day, I seen in the paperwork that he fell with a gun beside him. I don't know because it literally happened that fast.
Okay, so as soon as you saw this guy, everybody saw him at the same time?
No, because I was first. So when I stepped around the corner, it was like I was shocked, and I kind of stepped back, and then cause
so you say, so once you saw that, you raised your gun and you shot him?
No, I told you I didn't have the gun.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I didn't have a gun.
You told me that off camera.
Yeah, I didn't have a gun.
So you didn't have no gun?
No, because again, I was gonna do everything. I was gonna get everything because I put everything together. So I'm saying I don't want to risk finding the money or somebody else finding the money.
So you going in there with no gun on the tendency that somebody else is gonna shoot? Because my mind is, if he have a gun and he pull out a gun, you ain't got no gun.
Now keep in mind,
and you got 20 guns. You get caught with guns.
Right,
and all
right.
That. You ain't bringing no gun.
There were no cars. No, hear me out though. There were no cars in front of the house. The house pitch black. So I'm assuming nobody's there.
Oh, so you're not even knowing they did. So you think it's a B&E.
Right. And that's what it essentially is supposed to been.
So everybody thinking there ain't anybody in there.
Right. Except the work, the guns, and whatever money and whatever else may be in there.
So you didn't plan it out. But basically, you didn't plan it out to see who coming home, who leaving,
because there was never a car there. There was never people in and out of that house other than bruh. So I had no other reason when I rode past and scoped it out before we went in there, no other reason to believe that someone was in there. I don't know where he parked his car. I don't know, I don't know. Because there was never a car in front of the house. So, and it's pitch black. And it may have been like 12 o'clock at night. It wasn't like 3 a.m. Yeah. It wasn't real late. You know what I'm saying?
So you figuring it's just a simple B&E.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, but to your surprise, you see him.
Yeah.
And once you see him,
he was just as startled as me. Like, oh shit. And I just stepped back like, oh shit. But I think before I can even get the word shit out, my ears ringing, I smell gun smoke, and it's just like, when I finally open my eyes, dude is laid at the bottom, bottom of the step, face down.
So tell me this. When you first came around, you saw the guy, was you scared?
Yeah. Yeah, because I wasn't expecting anyone to be in the house.
Sure, be in the house.
So yeah, when I stepped around that corner, it was like, oh shit. Yeah, it was I can't explain the reaction. It was just,
Okay,
yeah.
So now gun go off. Dude fall. Then what?
It was like, I think I paused for a second, like, damn. And in that moment, it was like, fuck. Because again, no one's supposed to have been there. No one's supposed to have been shot. No one's supposed to have lost their life. And my understanding, in my head, no one was going to be there. You understand what I'm saying? So seeing him, that was, was like, oh shit. And then.
So it's kind of hard to blame the shooter because he thinking too that
no one's there. Right.
No one there.
Right.
So you can't physically say,
no.
Damn, nigga, why you shoot the nigga?
Right.
He like, damn,
Right.
ain't know nobody was there.
Right.
Like, shoot,
Right.
I'm just scared as you and I got my gun on me.
Right.
That's the first thing you're going to do. Like,
and
you don't know if he going to shoot.
True. And at the same time, I'm looking like, damn, cuz shot because he like, nigga, you said you need a shooter in case some shit get crazy. So, yeah.
Gotcha. So now, dude down, ears ringing. Did you come to your senses that's like, all right, we got to go move forward what we came for?
Nah, that's done then.
The mission gone.
The mission
ain't
is done.
Hold on.
The mission is done.
Oh my God.
Abort mission. I mean, what can you do?
Bob.
You know?
Oh my, hold on. So Now everybody just scattering.
Mm-hmm.
No money, no key,
nothing,
no work, no
nothing.
Yeah, I don't even mean to laugh. That shit is
but
crazy.
it's a laughing moment because it's like, and this is why. And hear me out. And this is why when I post the reels that I post, all of that led to that 1 second. So everything, the thoughts before that, oh yeah, bitch, I'm gonna get this brick, I'm gonna get these 5 bricks, I'm gonna get this whatever, that's running through everybody's head, and come to that one split second where that man was shot and he laid flat, and everything after that is done. So everything before that meant nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now is, goddamn, now I got to keep everybody sane, calm, so that we can play this shit off like we don't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so, but that didn't happen.
No.
Everybody running your crib right down the street?
No.
Did you run right down the street?
No.
Your crib?
But I told everybody to come follow me.
Okay. So y'all dip, everybody followed you, y'all go to the spot.
But we get somewhere by your grandma's house too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Then we come through behind Mama Virgil crib. And somehow everybody get this bright idea that they want to split up. So I'm like, no. You leave too many avenues open right there. Just come with me. I know where we can go chill at. But nah, that didn't happen.
Only certain one showed up?
No, nobody wanted to go with me.
Hell no.
Now keep in mind,
far away from you.
No, but
you
hear
the
me out.
mastermind. You the planted it. That's your idea. I'm not even here. I shouldn't even be
listen,
named.
But hear me out. I was the last one to get picked up.
That's crazy. It's because motherfuckers scared.
But what I'm saying is, had everybody went with me,
y'all could have figured it out.
I can't say that what wouldn't have happened because there were other things that transpired.
Yeah.
A dude dropped his keys. And any lick I go on, you know, we had beepers and the big ass block cell phones back then. So cell phones didn't go. But you never take your beeper, you never take your wallet, you never take your fucking keys. You leave your keys in the car.
You never take your phone.
You definitely don't take your phone now. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that was just like rules that that we went by.
But you just pick these dudes up. But
now hear me out.
Even thinking about.
The 3 of the dudes, we had done this.
Oh, yeah, they gang.
The 4th dude was one of the other dude's cousin. He come from Carolina. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know nothing about him. But I'm taking cuz word that his cousin is solid. Yeah. He didn't lead. He the one that dropped it. That if anything would have went down, he gon' hold whatever.
Whatever. So you ready to trust? So you ready to trust to go in with this man because the man works.
Greed will have you do.
That's what we do.
Greed will make you look past a lot of things.
I got you. Know what I'm saying? That's what we do. So now, you haven't talked to before you get picked up. You haven't talked to nobody.
No.
You talked to nobody.
No. I went around somebody's house, a friend of you and ours, and this shit was all over the news, all over the news. And I'm just watching it.
And on the news it's saying dude dead.
Yeah. And it said
I remember that.
No suspects.
No suspects.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, from how long did it take from the time the news came and all that for you to get picked up?
Like 3 weeks maybe?
So 3 weeks. So you just stand in the house.
I cut all my hair off. I sold one of my cars, the main car. I had a friend.
And you still ain't never talked to nobody?
Not about that, no.
Everybody who was there?
No. It's a lot that's leading up to this. So I'm just telling you as far as when I got picked up. Yeah. But I can backtrack if you want me to backtrack. What you want to do?
No.
Okay, so here the situation was, all right. I knew somebody who worked in the third precinct that was over there by off of Independence. It's no longer there. And he called me and he was like, yo, bro, they got your picture on a bulletin board in the precinct saying wanted. But it's not on the news. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not a juvenile, I'm 18. So I'm just like, what? He was like, yeah, he said the picture is like a side view. Almost like they had been following me. And I was like, well, what do I look like? He was like, man, you got your hair out. So I cut all my hair off. You know what I'm saying? I cut all my hair off. I never wore a hat. So I started wearing a hat. And I sold that particular car to Cameron mama. And 2 days after I sold it to her, they actually kicked in her house.
So you was still, wow. So you was still moving around and all that.
Yeah.
You was acting like ain't nothing happening. It ain't
Yeah,
you.
it ain't,
You
I don't know what y'all talking about. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you thinking everybody else could keep it the same way.
Right.
Everybody else moving around.
At the time, I don't know that the dude from Carolina is in custody. I don't know this.
What's the friend?
The cousin of one of the other guys. Yeah.
So they grabbed him.
Yeah.
Or he probably went and called and told the people.
No, remember I told you he dropped his keys. So they found keys on the scene.
And fingerprints on the keys.
No. The car was parked around the corner.
Oh, the car keys.
No. The car keys were left at the scene.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So they found the car keys, not house keys. Wow.
The car
he couldn't start the car, so
no.
So he left.
And then when they
dude dropped. God forgive me. I'm not laughing that a man had died. We're not laughing at that. But what I'm saying is the man dropped. Everybody skedaddled. Dude dropped his keys.
Which shouldn't have been on him in the first place.
Shouldn't have been in the first place.
Right.
So I can imagine somebody just got shot. I ran to my car and don't got my keys.
But now he run with us. But he never tell us that he don't have his car keys.
Because he ain't try to even go to the car.
No, two of the other dude, his cousin and another dude go to his cousin's car. He spin around and we happen to see them on Southgate. So his cousin, the dude that's in the car with his cousin, he get out the car with us. The cousin peel. You see what I'm saying? So it's 4 of us. So I'm telling them, I know where we can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Them 3 said, nah, they peel off.
Yeah.
Dude from Carolina, he come back out North Ridge. The other 2 guys is gone they way. So he come back out there, I guess, to backtrack and look for his keys.
He can't go into the house.
But now, the dude who I was dealing with, who house that is, he was called because he was the owner of that house. And in the incident report, the dude that I was dealing with,
kingpin dude.
Yeah. He in the incident report, he tell one of the detectives, man, y'all might want to go check that car around the corner with the North Carolina tags.
This is the thing though, even at the time, because I would never deal with dude, right? But somebody close to me was actually dealing with him. You know what I mean? We'll tell a little bit of that after the fact. But I ain't never wanted to deal with him because we was hearing that he was the police.
Hey, man.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's what we was hearing. I was like, man, that's the police. I'm not gonna get nothing from him, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, I'm gonna tell you something about that too.
So now, go ahead.
Yeah. So he tell the detective, man, y'all might want to check that car in the corner with the Carolina tags. I never seen it out here before.
Dude, tell him that.
Yeah. And they go check it, and just so happened they found the keys on the scene. They tried the keys. They start the car up. They called the tow for the car, so it's registered to him.
Carolina dude again.
He happened to be out North Ridge, walking down the street past the scene, going to his car.
That night?
It's daytime now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that morning.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and the detectives pull up on him, and they ask him.
So they took the keys out and let it sit waiting for somebody?
No. They actually towed the car because it's evidence now.
So he just walking?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's walking down Richard Road.
Where his cousin at? Why he didn't call?
Bro, he should have just came with me or stayed with his cousin.
He don't know him.
He don't know nothing out there. He's from Carolina.
Can you imagine what?
Right.
All right, so now they got you. Well, they pick you up. Boom. So they get you. Now what?
They get me. They run everything down to me. First, they tell me. They said, well, we got one of your friends. I was like, who was my friend? And they saying his name. I don't know his name. You know what I'm saying? I just know the name that he went by that night when I met him. I was like, I don't know who that is. It was like, well, he knows you. I was like, so how does he know me? He said, we asked him who was he out here visiting to see. He said, Maud.
Were they asking you at your crib?
No, this was when they snatched me up and had me in the precinct, the 5th precinct. Yeah.
Okay. So, then what?
So they running everything down, and
so you ain't plead to nothing.
No,
you ain't saying
no.
You ain't say nothing like
No.
yo. You ain't try to explain yourself.
No,
or any of that.
But they did show me, video surveillance of all 5 of us together at 7-Eleven.
Damn.
Yeah, and video surveillance back
Can you
then.
imagine now?
But look, and it wasn't real. It wasn't, video surveillance then wasn't clear, but it was.
Sketchy.
I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it wasn't me.
You knew it was you.
I literally could not say it wasn't me. That's how clear it was.
So you couldn't say you know, dude.
I couldn't say. Then it was like, well, we know you know him because we got you right here together. I'm
So
like,
what you say when they said that?
All right. Yeah, okay.
But
you got video.
But that still don't mean that you did it because
you're
I know,
right.
dude.
You're absolutely right. Now, again, I don't know that they got everybody in custody. One of the dudes was paging me 911 the day prior to them picking me up. All day. He was a juvenile at the time. But I never called back because I'm like, why the fuck is you keep calling me?
So what's the ages of everybody?
The dude from Carolina, he was, 18. He was 22.
Oh, he was the oldest.
Yeah.
So the oldest one is the friend.
Yeah, he's a cousin from Carolina.
Oh wow. Okay, so fast forward. So 22, 18.
18, and 16, about to be 17.
And that's the juvenile.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
What you mean? Far as
so now they got everybody.
Yeah, no,
and
and
it's paging you 911.
Yeah, but
911.
I'm but
you don't
I'm
know
just,
who that was.
No, I know it's him because he got his code. You know how with the pager everybody put their code in. So I'm like, damn, why the fuck he keep paging me? But I'm scared to call it back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because now nigga, you ain't come with me, and now a couple weeks later you want to call me. Oh no, you the police. You know the police. Something going on.
And in my head, that's what's
don't
happening.
call me now.
Right. So, but backtrack. I should have called. Because they had picked him up, they had questioned him, but he was a juvenile, so they had to let him go to his parents.
Gotcha.
But had I called him back, I would have been made fully aware. You see what I'm saying?
What's what?
Yeah.
But still, you still got the video of you and which call, but you still would have been like, man, I don't want to say nothing the whole 9 because it don't mean that I did anything. But 9 times out of 10, the guy already said, man, I went in there with these guys, and man, such and such shot him, and the whole 9, X, Y, and Z. So now my question is this right here. I just want to know. I just want to know for the viewers. I know the question is this and that. Did you tell the people that somebody else shot him?
I'm going to tell you. Because it's public record, cuz. Everybody in my case made a statement. Everybody. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Everybody.
Yeah.
Statement saying this person did this person did that, this person did this. A statement saying, I don't know who did what.
Wow.
No finger was pointed at anyone, but nobody took ownership. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And again, backtrack with the video, that was like kind of the nail in the coffin for all of us.
So what did they charge you with? What was your exact charges?
First degree murder, nighttime burglary, gun charges. I think we had home invasion. It was 4 charges. I can't remember exactly.
So it was a time. It was a time that they said, "Yo, bro," that they said, "Hey, sir, listen to me. You just tell me who pulled the gun, who killed them, who shot them. You ain't got to worry about nothing."
Nah, that
They
was
ain't even asked you.
Now. I don't know if they asked anyone else that.
Yeah,
that was never an option for me.
I don't even care about anybody else.
Right.
Cause, like, you know what I mean?
Because right. That was never an option for me because, just. Follow my
already saying that you're the mastermind of the whole thing.
And then follow my juvenile history with the Virginia Beach judicial system. I beat every case that I went in front of them with, every single case. So now they feeling as though they got me backed in the corner because now I have co-defendants, and one of them is adamant that I was there. You see what I'm saying? So it was never an option for me to get out of that in any kind of way. No matter what, they were going to see to it. Yeah, they're going to see to it that they got me because
they do know that. So far as they know, they treat you like you shot them.
Yeah,
they treat everybody for real actually like they shot them. You know what I mean? So now it's going to the record.
Right. Everybody else. Let me just say this. I was never offered a plea bargain. I was never given anything.
Right. So you went to trial?
I went to trial.
You went to trial and got found guilty.
Got found guilty.
So how long was the trial?
2-week trial.
2-week trial.
2-week trial.
By jury or judge?
Jury.
By jury. 18 years old.
Yeah. Well, by the time we went to trial, I was 19, about to be 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Or did I had just turned 20 or something like that by the time we
So
went
you
to
was on
trial.
the street fighting it.
No, hell no. They never gave me a bond.
So you locked up for 2 years
Yeah.
without.
I went for what, 3 bond hearings, 4 bond hearings. They was like, nah, we got you, buddy. You won't get away this time.
So you're 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
As you fighting the case and going through the case, was it was it a time that you felt, yo, I'm gonna beat this?
No.
So you already knew you was done.
Yeah.
You was just trying to get the best.
I was trying to play their game.
Hold on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut you off. So if you knew there's a chance you weren't gonna beat it, why'd you go to trial?
Because that's the only way. If you go to trial, that's the only way, if you're found guilty, that you can get back in court. If I would have took a plea,
you didn't, because you stand on the ground and say, man, I know I ain't shoot him. I don't know who shot him, but I know I didn't shoot him.
By law, now here's the thing. By law in Virginia, it doesn't matter who shot him.
Listen.
It doesn't.
Listen
by
to this
law
guy. Yeah,
in Virginia, it does not matter who pulled the trigger. If it's a robbery, a home invasion, any type of violent crime where a gun is used, everyone involved in that case is going to get the same exact charge. It don't matter who giving a statement that who did what. By law in Virginia, if it's 2 or more people involved in a crime and someone loses their life or is shot or whatever, even if you did not pull the trigger, you're going to face the same charges, facing the same time.
They're just like
equally.
Stealing. It's just like stealing too?
Bro,
All that, right?
How it go? I think it's a felony if it's more than $500. So yeah, you facing those same charges, even if you just drove the car.
So you go through this, come back, they find you guilty. Wait, don't offer you no plea, don't offer you no matter time, 5 years, 20 years, none of that. You go all the way. You get found guilty because you was there, they already was there, so it really wasn't like you were just fighting. You're just trying to go to save your rights.
For sure.
Okay.
I just won't trying to get a life sentence.
You weren't trying to get a life sentence. Because you're looking at it like you 20 years old, you get 25 years.
Yeah.
All right, boom. All right, so you get to 25 years. Now you ready to go start this?
No, I got sentenced to 30 years.
You got sentenced to 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years.
Damn. At 20 years old. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna be home, I'm gonna be 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
For being there, masterminding it, being there, not pulling the trigger, not telling who pulled the trigger, going to trial. I'm clapping because he made it out, not because he did it.
True.
Because you got to understand this right here. Y'all have to understand what I just said. He was at a scene, right? Even he masterminded it, right? Didn't pull the trigger, but being there is just like you pulled the trigger. Like being there.
So essentially, and if you want to look at it from their standpoint or just period, all of us pulled the trigger, but me putting everything together, had I not done that, that man wouldn't have lost his life. So essentially I did pull that trigger because I set everything up for it to, that led to that man losing his life. You understand what I'm saying? So
just tell me, what was everybody else's time?
It was 120, 25, 30, 40, and 55 years.
So you got the second to the most time?
No, I got the third to the most time.
You got the third to the most time?
I got the in the middle, if you want to say it, yeah.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're 20 years old, and you're ready to go up the road and start this prisoner's bid. What's going through your mind what was your mind frame of saying, man, I got to go start a 25-year bid?
I started it off rough, man. While I was in the jail, I was young and wild.
How many kids did you have before you even went?
4.
You had 4 kids.
Well, I had three that were born and one on the way. Yeah.
And one of them actually my cousin.
Yeah. My baby. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So you going up the road, you ready to leave your kids for 25 years. What's on your mind?
first it was how can I do this time? I think that's on anybody's mind when you know that you're going away for a long time. And it never really dawned on me, even to this day. I went through all of those different prisons doing all that time, and it never really hit me. I don't know if there was a blocker somewhere where I was just blocking off, but I felt every day that I was in prison, but I would see certain dudes struggle in many ways, and I ain't had them same struggles. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, with you coming from the streets though, and going in there at a certain age and being a hustler, did you hustle?
I did.
So you hustled, but you was also smart and all that. Did you read and get educated?
I did. I took, them dudes will tell you, man, I took every trade. One of the trades is what I used to get the career that I have now, which was I became a certified residential electrician in prison. And I utilized that to get my become a marine electrician now. You know what I'm saying? So I did, but I took every trade in there. I stayed in school, stayed in the library, even in the law library, trying to fight the case and get back on appeal.
And what year was this when you got sentenced to the trial?
We got sentenced, was it late 98 or early 99? So I think it was early 99 got sentenced. Yeah.
Early 99. Okay, so you just get sentenced and you're going on the road, you're starting your bid and the whole nine. Now let me ask you a question. You knew me, grew up with me, the whole nine. You pop up, you start seeing the TV, you start hearing my name, you start hearing me in music and doing all that. Well, what was going through your mind when you saw that and heard what was going on?
Well, you gotta keep in mind, Josh kept me well aware of everything. Cuz was dumping pictures 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, because he take pride in keeping tune with the guys. So that's what he do.
I never forget when y'all was shooting the video to the grinding jump.
Yeah.
Cuz was like, cuz we got trailers and everything out this bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he sent me all the pictures.
Josh actually bought one of the trailers.
For sure. And he sent me pictures, and me and Dashell.
He bought a trailer just for the hood.
Just for the hood. We here, yeah. But through the pictures, I'm right there with niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But me and Dashell was in the mountains at a prison called Augusta. And Dashell, he ain't see nothing. This when the video came out. So I'm showing him all the pictures and shit. He was like, that's crazy. So we watching the video and I'm looking at him. He was like, man, damn, that's all right to see. And I said, cuz that's cousin though, right?
Yeah, and he's my cousin.
And it blew his mind because he was like, yo, but seeing y'all was like, man, we here. You know what I'm saying? Even with us being in there, it was like, man, cousin them, they keeping us alive. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So now you going through your prison bid, boom. 09 hit. I get picked up. Do you hear that?
I did.
What was going through your mind then?
I was just
what was going through your mind, and what was the talk going on?
Let's backtrack a little bit to 08. I was at a prison, Southampton Correctional Center. And there was a dude in there. He was blood. He was like, yo, you from? He seen the Bayside Arms tattoo on my arm. It was like, Bayside Arms, BAP, okay. Yeah, he was like, yeah, your man fuck with my peoples and shit. And I was like, okay. And I'm just watching TV. I was in the TV room. So he just...
So he's talking about your man, he's talking about me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, and I'm just like, okay, this was like 07 though. 07, maybe, like 07. And I'm like, okay. And I just kind of shunning him off, but he keep wanting to talk. So I'm just, all right, I'm going to entertain the bullshit. So he talking and shit. He was like, yeah. So he go to the cell, he come back and show me like, a shitload of pictures of you, with his peoples and shit, right? So I'm like, okay. But I know that his peoples had just got snatched up. Right. So I'm like, why is he showing me these pictures? Like, what's the meaning behind this? I got on the phone and talked to somebody. I came in where I talked to, I was like, yo, tell cuz, like, with everything that's going on in the Sam 5 Sam right now, this nigga just flashing pictures of his peoples and cuz together. You know what I'm saying? I think you know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
No, I don't actually, man. I'm burnt out on pride.
Blood nigga, man. Blood dude.
Marlo? Got you. So he was
It
in
was
jail
one.
with-
No, it was one of his homeboys.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. I got you.
yeah. So, and he's showing me these pictures, and I'm just like, this ain't a good look. You know what I'm saying? Because understanding how the feds work and shit.
Yeah.
And then it was, I would say maybe a year later, and they was like, the cuz they picking cuz up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that shit was just like, God damn. I never forget that moment because even to this day, I don't know why he showed me them pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just randomly.
So,
he had been there for a minute.
But what was going through your mind though, like to say, damn, man, we made it to damn, nigga got picked up. Like was it a disappointment?
No,
or like,
no, it won't a disappointment because in prison, man, you follow everything. Even though y'all from the way and we got the 411 on y'all through phone calls and letters and shit. We read magazines and I kept every article that I seen your name in. I had all them shits like that's fam right there. Even down to one little small joint when Clips and them was trying to get out of a contract. And I think you had met with, was it Tony Draper?
Yeah, Draper.
Yeah. And a little teeny article and I'm just like, damn, cuz got them put that together. Like moments like that, I felt proud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I knew during that time too, I had spoke to somebody and they was just like, goddamn, he shutting the town down. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like, it's like in a major way. And he left it at that. You know what I mean? This was actually in a visit. He came and visited me. We just got to talking about it. So, I kind of knew like, okay, cuz goddamn, he done planted his feet again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it won't never like trying to figure out and then being disappointed. I'm just even being in the penitentiary, I was still doing street shit at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would have rather you not got towed off. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In that mindset. So, but it won't never a disappointment. I just knew and understood that that's what came along with that. And let me say this as well. Like, cuz used to send money all the time.
You don't bang.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I told him this same shit. Like, I'm talking about he won't send like 10, 15 now. He was dumping big bread on everybody.
That's how you do.
And I never disrespected that money because I knew what he was doing to make the money.
Yeah.
And I said at any given time he can be in the cell right next to me. Yeah. So how fucked up would it be for him to send all this money in here, risk getting time to send this money in here to me, and then he come to the cell next to me and I ain't got nothing to give him.
Yeah.
That would, you know what I'm saying? That's the mindset I had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm talking about, bruh, like I was in there getting crazy and the money he was sending, I was flipping and flipping and flipping. So much that I came home to a few dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never disrespected that money because I knew the blood, sweat, and tears. It was dirty money, but I knew what was put into making it. And I just was like, I don't know. That's just something that I just held. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I don't even know because I won't like. It's so crazy because Cuz was into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I never been the one to be like even talking on the prison phones, talking to the prison. Like I used to give somebody the money to go and get to the prison, whatever.
But niggas knew that though, and niggas was like, it's very few niggas that from especially that was doing time that we know ever looked at it like I know I'm gonna talk to Cuz, because it was almost like that's impossible. Why would he even want to be on the phone with us when? You see what I'm saying? He was into too much. You know what I'm saying?
I won't try to do all that.
Right.
But I will tell you why Bang used to do it, right? And not in saying that he probably wouldn't do it because of this, but I will tell you why he used to do it. Because Bang was the first of us to go through that. So Bang know how it was in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
At the time, I ain't know nothing about no prison or none of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was sending Bang, well actually, I don't know how Bang got money when he was in prison, but phone calls and stuff like that, or when Bang needed me, then I send him whatever. You know what I mean? It was one of them things of, if somebody needed me, it was like that because I'm going through so much.
Right.
And that's the thing that I don't really like now, when people be like, yo, free this person, free that person, and think the way I used to think, and just only giving money when that person asks for it. If a person is locked up, You supposed to just call the family and
Right.
get the family money.
Right.
You're not supposed to be only when they need it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's how you holding somebody down.
True indeed.
You understand what I'm saying?
True indeed.
But but I wasn't like that, cause like you said, my mind was
Right.
so elsewhere, and I ain't go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know from me
What
going
it
through
is.
it, I'm
Yeah.
like, God damn, you know what I mean? Cause I know
True.
times I wouldn't hit the phone when I needed it, but
True.
until I found my niche into
Right.
how to the stores and had the poker table and ran the number. You know what I mean?
True.
I ended up learning like I'm a hustler.
True.
But at first, bruh, man, I was
It was a
hitting the
scramble
phone,
game.
scrambling like egg trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I
But bro,
know.
I didn't call nobody for no money.
Right.
Bro, listen, once I start going, if you have some money to give me, go take it to the family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what how much time we got on that, bro? We good? We about to wrap it up. Maybe we got time to wrap it up at least like 15 minutes, though.
Let me tell this story too, cause I wanna get to this. The dude that I was dealing with, when he got snatched up for the case that he went to the feds for, I was at Southampton Receiving Center, me and one of my codees, right?
Cause I think we can say the name because it's public record and all that stuff.
I still don't. It is. What it is. I mean, you can't.
I mean, so it was a guy out our way, right? And he came through there, and guys done started dealing with him. He was from, I think, from New York.
Mm-hmm.
He came there, and his name was Michael Jordan. I mean, but they call him Big Mike. And he came through, had firework. I'm talking about work was fire.
For sure.
Cause I remember P was going dealing with him, and a couple of my older cousins was them dealing with him. And I remember when P crib got hit, and they went in there, and he owed Mike, and they hit the crib. They found $20,000 in there, and at the time, people didn't know that we was getting it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people like, yo, they found the money and gave the money back to him. Bro, they gave P the money back. They said, the reason why we getting it back to you, because we know that you deal with Mike.
Wow.
But this the thing though, that's already kind of like, damn, because they know if he told Mike, yo, man, I don't got this and that, and they got an investigation going on or whatever. But the whole time, it was coming to say that he was working with the man. So that's before you was just saying you was going to get into that. How did he play effect with your case?
Because that's what I was leading to now.
Go ahead.
While I was at this, with the guns that we got caught with, during our trial, like I said, he was on the prosecutor's list of witnesses from the statement that he had told the detective about the car parked around the corner.
Gotcha.
During the trial, going into the second week, he got towed off trying to bring a shitload of guns back. And at the time, William Robinson was alive. Robinson was his attorney as well. So Robinson, when they called out all the names of the people who's supposed to be there, he wasn't there. Robinson spoke on his behalf and say, Your Honor, he got a little incident, but he'll be here within the next 2 days. I promise you that. And he was there. We didn't know what happened. Come to find out that he actually got towed off with a trunk load of guns, bringing them down here.
Bring him to the courthouse, right?
No, not to the courthouse, to Virginia.
Gotcha.
Like a shipment. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Man, it was weird that he got caught at the courthouse with a gun.
No.
Gotcha.
No. He was coming from wherever he was coming from up top with them joints. Make a long story short, now the people had him. They had a case built on him because they had been trying to get him for how long. They finally got him. They found him. But before they found him guilty, while I'm at Southampton Receiving, I get called out during a weekday. You never want to get called out during the weekday because niggas is like, yo, where you going? Ain't no visiting today. You know what I'm saying? You go and tell something. That's what niggas be saying. So I don't know who it is. When I get in there, I see a big fat white dude, probably about 6'6". He looked dirty. And a short white lady. Both of them just look dirty. Like if they were to walk up on me when I was hustling, I would have swore up and down they was trying to cop to get high. So I sit down, they sit down. Both of them whip their badges out. My name is such and such with the ATF. Dude said my name is such and such with this and this. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, so what are we here for? And so they breaking everything down. The lady was like, she said, "Look at me. I ain't been home. I'm dirty. We finally got this guy." She said, "Anything you could tell me about your dealings with him would greatly help me." I'm like, "I ain't never dealt with him." She was like, "Okay." So she went back, said, "These guns you got caught with, the exact same guns that we got from him." You know what I'm saying? The house that went in was a house owned by him. We know for a fact that you had dealings with this man. I take it to my grave that I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They had me in there for probably about an hour. And she literally said before I walked out of there, she said, "I don't care if you lie." She said, "I know you have 30 years to serve." She said, "I don't care if you tell me a lie. Just give me something that I can use so that this man would never see the streets again." And she said, I know I can get that 30 years cut down to 15. I walked out of there. I was like, "Man, I don't have nothing for you." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When I'm going back to the wing that I'm on, my Cody is in the cellar right across the hall from me. You're like, "Cut, what the fuck happened?" I said, "Bro, I think they about to come get you because the case and all this and that when we got caught with them guns." So he go in there. Sure enough, they came and got him. And he told him the same shit. He come back out. Man, probably, I don't know, a month or two later, we see that they had found him guilty. And I don't know if you remember that headline on the Hampton Roads, cover the Hampton Roads, when they had his picture up there. And he was like, "I gave the feds everything and everybody that they wanted, and they still did me dirty."
They could have gave him life, right?
Yeah,
But he still got out early.
I know.
I think he's still on 20. And probably he probably did
Look,
under
probably,
that.
yeah. But and I was looking back on after I seen that, I looked
Because he
back
must end
on
up
it
getting some bodies and stuff.
and
For him.
I was looking back on it and thinking, maybe they weren't coming to get that from me. Maybe he probably sent them and was like, "Oh, that's two
Yeah.
people I can get y'all."
You ain't no telling.
In that situation, I was a peon, brother. You won't get them nobody.
Because when they gave P the money back, they gave him the money back, and then they end up coming and saying basically like coming to everybody and like, "Yo, y'all gonna come and testify against dude," you know what I mean, or whatever. But it's the whole thing. I know P ain't never go down and testify against him, but it's the whole thing. I ain't never deal with him. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember they were saying he was the police. They were saying he was getting ready to go down. It was a whole bunch of stuff that was just going on at the time. And I was like, "Man, I'm not dealing with that, man." But P used to be like, "Man, that junk fire." I should look at it and see. I should be like, "Yeah, but that come with a price right there." You know what I'm saying? But but they said the dude was vicious though. Especially to be the police and
going like he was going.
he was going. You know what I mean? So when you did just real quick before we wrap this up, man. But let's man, you home now, man.
I am.
Man, you home now.
I am.
25, 30 years. You did 25 years. How did you get out of prison? But I remember I'm gonna say this because I remember us talking right before, you probably had like 2 years left or whatever. Me and you started talking. I came home and you telling me but that you got your pill in and all this and all that. I hope you get it. And I was telling you, man, stay strong. You're gonna get it.
True.
All that. But tell me, how did you what happened?
Well, I was put on Virginia had this early release list from where they was going to convert all charges and bring in this good time, and it was going to be a lot of people coming home. Where the time Youngkin was getting in office and his assistant or whomever, the guy underneath him, Mayaris, was like, "Nah," he scared the public into believing that 10,000 violent offenders was going to be released back into the community, which was not the case. So on some last minute shit, they changed a law, like literally 2 weeks before it was set to go into place. So, and it was so many of us taken off the early release list. The day when I was taken off the early release list, I actually got called to my counselor's office because they gave me parole. Yeah, I made parole that same day that they took me off. So yeah.
So you say you made parole, so they gave you 30 and you did 25 years.
Yeah.
How much long if you wouldn't have made parole, when
Well,
would you came home?
keep in mind, parole was abolished in 95 in Virginia. A lot of people didn't know that. But people were being sentenced by juries who didn't know that parole was abolished. So they give you 30 years thinking that you'll be home in 15. But that wasn't the case because you were serving 85% of your time. Well, in 2020, a law was passed called Fishback, where the guy said that he was sentenced wrong because they was under the impression that he was going to make parole. Make a long story short, we didn't find out until 2000. No, this was 2000 when it went into effect. 2000. We didn't find out about this law until 2019, and then everybody became retroactive under that law. So they started giving guys parole.
So how much you still would have took to the door though? Like you had to
If
go to the door
if
for
if
30.
if they had made it known that it was case law that I could have been going up for parole, I would have started going up parole after 2000.
Mm.
But they didn't. They just had us just sitting there. We
Yeah.
never knew it.
So what I'm saying is though, so you did the 25,
Mm-hmm.
but if you wouldn't have got the
parole,
parole,
I would have did 27 and some change.
So that's that right there.
Yeah, I came home 2.5 years earlier than what I would have.
So what's the stipulations of your parole by taking that and not staying there 2.5 years?
Well,
difference in that?
man, I had my parole officer was dope. I ain't
When you did 2.5 years, you wouldn't have no parole officer. None of that
no,
would take
you probably would have came home on like unsupervised probation for like 5-6 months, but
you made it through.
Yeah, I mean, my parole officer was I started working out there, at the base, man, like my second week home.
Yeah,
And
because
she was like, I don't need to keep tabs on you. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Because you ain't go back to the street.
Yeah.
Because you sat there and you started to already had a plan when you was ready to come
True
home and
indeed.
stuff for that 25 years.
True indeed. And like I said, I utilized my every trade that I got while I was in prison to my advantage when I got out, and it worked for me.
So what you doing now?
Marine electrician. I do side jobs, residential, ceiling fans and this and that. I'm hustling. You name it, it's a way to make money. I'm there. Legal money. I just got my TWIC card, which it took me probably 6 months to get that, but I just got that. So, and though it's on his shirt over there is no CDL, I have my CDL.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, for sure. I got my CDL. So with that CDL and that TWIC card, I'm ready to put that to work. I'm figuring that out right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm grinding, man. I'm listen, cause any way there is for me to make money legally, and I ain't got to worry about looking over my back, and I can put my name on anything I own. Yeah. I'm on it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because I'm very proud of you, man. From like I said, from where we come from,
True.
Making it out of there, man,
True.
and doing what you're doing. Because I'm seeing what you're doing on social media,
True.
man, and you trying to make a difference in that department, man.
True.
What message do you got for like, man, the YNs, man, the young chicks out there, all the ones who doing, trying to get the money and going to it that wrong way that can lead up to the type of stuff that we've been faced with and all that. Like, what does your whole platform consist of? What message you bring to the table? Why you think that they should actually follow you? I already know that you ain't going back there and you did 25 years. I know the stuff that you've seen.
True.
And you basically been through a lot of the stuff that I've been through because we grew up the same. But what's your message to the world, man? Like, what would you tell them in a couple of minutes of what not to do? Like, what's your message, man? What is your lesson to legacy, man? Because you learned a whole lot of lessons. We heard
many
all
lessons.
the lessons, man.
Well,
what you want your legacy to be?
That take a moment to think. No matter what it is that you're doing, a split second can change your life for the rest of your life in a negative or a positive way. If you're in the streets, that split second can cost you your life. Not necessarily death, but you could be serving a life sentence in prison. So just think before you attempt to do anything. And nowadays you have to think for the person next to you, because you never know what's on their mind. So you have to think for them so that whatever they do won't involve you and cost you time. Man, it's so many things. Don't be afraid to be different. I think for me, when I was in the streets, man, I was afraid of being different, afraid of being outside of what everybody was doing. When I had so many talents that I didn't even really realize was a talent. I was just doing because that's what I enjoyed doing. You remember, man, like putting the music in the cars.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's big business nowadays. You see what I'm saying? Painting bikes. You know what I'm saying? Just you see like the paint jobs. Dudes is paying $10,000 for a paint job on a car, bro. You see what I'm saying? I was doing this with a spray paint can. You see what I'm saying? But it's so many things that I could have made a career out of, but I was afraid to be different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you was afraid to be smart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like you was smart.
Right. And that was the dumbest shit ever because it cost me. Yeah. So now, on top of trying to give a message through, you know, my platforms, I show the funny side as well. Cause I want to laugh. I don't know about you.
Man,
doing all that time and just having to be straight faced for so long, bro. Just to have a good laugh, man. That shit
make me mad. I mean, especially like right now, what I'm doing,
right.
man, I'm at my prime right now. Yeah, I love this stuff.
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
I love, man. That's why because I'm like, I look at stuff like this. I'm like, how can you hate on what I'm doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
For people who leave me the crazy messages,
right.
That's why I say, I take on it. Come on, get to it and all that. But when you're actually typing it and trying to give me that energy, to say anything like negative and all this, all I'm doing is trying to help you.
We spoke about a situation where, you know, because I be on TikTok, and dude had inboxed me and was like, "Yo, so real niggas is doing TikToks now." You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm making TikToks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if in your eyes I'm not a real nigga. Who gives a fuck? And what do you consider a real nigga? You see what I'm saying? Are you mad at me because I don't sell dope no more? You mad at me because I ain't trying to shoot shit up no more? What do you certify as a real nigga?
So they're mad because you're telling your story. So if you're telling your story, you ain't real because you're telling your story. Because people think, man, because I had somebody hit me, a couple people did hit me, but after we had that conversation, they're like, oh, I understand. Because they're like, yo, why you feel the need to be telling your story, or you don't got to explain that to nobody? No, you know what's going on in this world today? Content, brother. That's what's going on in the world today.
True.
So, and I got a hell of a story. True. If you did all the stuff that I did and seen all the stuff that I seen, all the stuff that I can tell you, I can go on forever. So don't think this stuff can run out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Because no, listen, I really lived that.
True indeed.
So if you know what I mean, bro, listen to me. And I'm going to enjoy telling it because it's funny, it's humor, but it's also pain because I cried times, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And if my story
it can help somebody, it's going to help somebody.
Sure,
man.
Indeed. And seeing that's the real nigga. That's the real nigga. You see what I'm saying? Then I look at it from a standpoint of, bro, if I would have knew then what I knew now, and me and you talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? This thing had the truck shit had you been on it then. You see what I'm saying? Just think, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because before I went to prison and all that, I had 2 trucks. Right?
You see what I'm saying?
But I was using it as the front.
You see what I'm saying?
I wasn't thinking about being no money. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I want to say I got 2 trucks. You know what I mean?
True.
And yeah, but that's my whole life consists of. I always had that business minded stuff, just like you. But I had it as a front to say, oh, I ain't selling no drugs. You know what I mean? But now that I got to use that, man, listen, man, bro, man, thank you.
That's right. Always.
Thank you, man.
That's a major thank you to that power, man. That power that's greater than you and I, man. I every morning I open my eyes, man. I give thanks, and I say, you know what? If I can reach one person today, I don't care how I reach them. You know what I'm saying?
But we're going to reach them with what we're doing.
Sure
we're going to start small. Like I told you, I got a couple of subscribers and it grew and it's growing.
That's
All I need now is a little teeny bit more watch hours, baby, to be monetized.
That's right.
So, hey, listen, help me out, baby. Listen.
Comment, share, like.
Comment, like, subscribe, do all that, do it all. Man. Listen. Gee, where's that?
That's
There you go.
Man.
Hey man, thanks, man. Like I said, man, tell them where they can find you at your Instagram stuff.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Lemon, Snapchat as Kirk Swade. I'm on Facebook as Ahmad Smith /Kirk Swade. And YouTube, Kirk Swade 4530. I don't know. Other site, man, is Kirk Swade. Check me out, man.
Like I said,
he's
giving y'all the game, man. I pay attention to him because, even from back then when he was young on the corner, man, and how he was moving and all that. He was
True.
just so smart, man.
True.
And I always believe you always can learn from somebody younger than me.
Mhm.
That's why I always advanced in life that people didn't know. Like, I was like before my time too, but I was learning from people under me because with them coming, they finding out stuff faster. So if I'm learning like them, it made me seem smart. But man, I just say, man, congratulations on being
Same
home,
to you,
man.
cuz. Same
You
to
just do that. You know, you was 18 when you went in. You came home. How old was you?
42, 43.
43 years
Yeah.
old. How long you been home?
Almost, it'd be 3 years in November.
3 years in November, man. Man, listen, man. Love you, bro.
Love you too, cuz.
Love you, man.
You already know,
All right.
cuz. Solid.
Thank you, man. Lessons to ladies.
Peace.
The conversation yarn. It's just a convo.
That's it.